Our first question is for Zeke from Josh Wilkinson at Plat Chat. Your performance online and reportedly in scrims as well is incredible. What do you think went wrong at Berlin for you to not show that the first time?
You mean my team performance or my own performance was pretty good at Berlin, I think.
Team performance.
Our team performance at Berlin was probably due to just the inexperience at LAN, and I think not every player in our team was comfortable enough to just play their best at LAN, and that's why we kind of flopped. But now that we already played Berlin and we also played another LAN in Barcelona, I think we are ready for this one.
This next question is for Redgar from Ariella at VZone. The last few days, your coach said that Vikings, the Brazilian team that is also in Gambit's group, were very good during scrims. Have they impressed you so far?
We played versus them, and like they shocked us with their play style. The things how they're moving on the map, the things how they have a team play, it was really good, and we were like, we should be more curious with them.
This next question is for Stax from Jeffrey Choi at KJC Esports. As one of the top teams in VCT, some teams would be doing their due diligence and researching and preparing against you. Do you think the team has made significant improvements from your Masters 3 performance to now that being counter-stratted is no issue, especially with no new VODs for the teams to refer to except for only Masters 3?
네, 비전 스트라이커즈는 BCT에 참여하는 팀들 중에서 굉장히 강한 팀으로서 다른 팀들이 리서치를 많이 할 것으로 예상이 되는데요. 그에 따라서 비전 스트라이커즈는 이렇게 카운터 전략을 좀 준비를 하셨는지, 마스터스 3 대비해서 많이 성장을 하셨는지 궁금하네요.
저희들은 딱히 작전 같은 거는 하나도 없고, 저희들은 그냥 말로 커뮤니케이션으로 임기응변으로 하는 조금 그런 거를 좀 좋아하는 스타일이기 때문에 저번에 마스터즈 3 베를린에서 같은 경우에는 실수가 많았고 처음 국제 랜이다 보니까 좀 그런 경향이 있었지. 이번에는 뭔가 조금 쉽게 조금 자신감이 있는 것 같아.
We actually don't play with set strategies that often. We're actually much more versatile and depend on direct communications within the game. And so last time during Masters 3 we losses, but I think this time around we're much more prepared and we're very confident in going further in this tournament.
This next question is for Redgar from Jeffrey Choi at KJC Esports. Your first game will be against Team Secret. This will be the first time you guys will be facing an SEA team on the VCT stage. What are your opinions on how SEA teams play? If you've ever reviewed some games of Team Secret or SEA teams in general?
I think that their play style, like the more team player with abilities, they like to use it. And that's the point of their player style. So we know how to counter that play style. We already faced it. So I guess we are fully prepared. And what about their bots? We're gonna watch it like today because I don't think that you should watch the opponents' bots that much before the game. You need 1 or 2 days to prepare for them well. So I started to do it today.
This next question is for Redgar from Ariella at VZone. Gambit played recently the home ground 2, but your team got eliminated in quarterfinals. Did this tournament help your team to prepare for champions, and if so, how?
Yes, it was the painful experience. Thank you, Zeke. We learned a lot from that game because we watched our mistakes. It was the basics that we forgot during our preparations for the new strategies or something like that. And after that game, we know what should we improve till the Berlin. So now we are fully prepared, and thanks to them for showing us our weakness.
This next question is for Zeke from Josh Wilkinson at Plat Chat. Ascend plays the least Astra out of any team at Champions, and you have actually played the most for your team just by playing it on Ascend. Why has your team gone in the opposite direction as everyone else?
I think it's because like the maps that require Astra are not really our main maps, and also Bonkel didn't really feel comfortable. He's our main smoker, and he didn't really feel comfortable playing Astra. Not saying that we might have changed it, just saying, but so far, like I said before, we just didn't. Our main maps just don't really require like Astra stronghold, so we are just like we are very. We like our picks to be comfortable for the players, and if our player just doesn't feel playing really well on the agent, then we just don't push him to that agent.
This next question is for Zeke from Josh Wilkinson at Plat Chat. What has Ascend done differently for Champions to ensure you go deeper than you did at Berlin?
I think we just talked with our mental coach a lot. That like he's an insane guy and he helps us a lot. Prepare us our mental game for tournaments and even just for scrims. What we done different, I think we just like gain the experience. We try to play like every tournament before Champions to just get our form back, and I think we are ready for Champions. I think we feel very confident for every game, and to answer like it more simply, we just didn't really do much except just mental preparation.
This next question is for Redgar from Pratiti at Sportskita. After winning the Stage 3 Masters, have Gambit made any serious changes to their playstyle?
I don't think that we changed like our play style, which changed like the most strategious things. So our play style is the same that we're playing. We can play in all play styles like aggressive, passive, and we can switch it. It all depends on the opponents. So yeah, like I said, we changed only our strategies.
And our final pre-submitted question is for Zeke from Ariella at V-Zone. Ascend will play the first game against Vivo Key, one of the best Brazilian teams. You guys probably have studied them, so what can we expect from you this game? Do you think they play in a different style from you?
Yeah, we haven't really studied anyone, but we played actually one scrim even before the groups came out against them when they were in Germany before even Champions. So I'd say they are really strong right now with I don't know how to pronounce MW Zera nickname, but I'm just gonna say MW Zera. We don't really have a set plan. We're just gonna go into the game like every hour with just empty minds. That's how we always just try to go into games, you know, set no expectations, even if the opponents are, if we are like the better team on paper, we just don't set expectations that we'll win the game. We just go into and run with the flow.
All right, we will now be taking live Q&A from the media in the Zoom chat. So media, if you would please use the Zoom hand raise feature to queue yourself in line for questions, I will call on you. We have Elizabeth at the score.
Hi, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. My question is for Stax. Vision Strikers have many expectations from both the audience and the teams, whether it be calculated plays or other items, as was mentioned earlier in this conference. In your own words, rather than anyone else's, what can we expect from your team?
네, 비전 스트라이커즈에 대한 기대감이 되게 많은데요. 다른 팀들 그리고 팬들로부터 기대감이 많은데 본인의 말로 혹시 비전 스트라이커에 대해서 저희가 어느 정도 기대를 하면 될까요?
뭐 당연한 거는 뭐 이제 베를린 마스터스 3 베를린보다는 더 기대하셔도 된다는 거 장담을 할 수 있고, 그냥 딱 보면 달라졌다라는 느낌을 받으실 것 같아요, 저는.
So definitely you can expect us to perform better than we did during Masters 3. And once you watch us play, you're going to realize straight away that we've grown and developed further from what you've seen from us in Masters 3.
Thank you.
We have Kobe Zucker.
Hi guys, this is another question for Stax. I just wanted to know his thoughts on the fact that another Korean team didn't make it through LCQ. Did he expect a Korean team to win it? Was he surprised that Full Sense won? And what are his thoughts on that team?
네, 이번 대회 LCQ를 통해서 한국 팀이 진출을 못했는데요. 그거에 대해서 본인 의견은 어떻고, 사실 LCQ를 통해서 한국 팀이 올라올 것으로 예상을 하셨는지, 그리고 풀센스가 올라온 거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다.
일단 저는 사실상 일단은 동남아시아 쪽에서 저는 올라올 거라고 생각을 했고, 한국 팀에서는 이제 조금 많은 변화가 있었고 그 자리에 머무르는 실력을 가진 팀들도 있어서 딱히 그렇게 기대를 하지 않았고, 그리고 뭐 일본 팀 같은 경우에서도 조금 기대를 안 했는데 어느 정도 이제 치열한 경쟁을 보여줘서 재밌게 봤지만, 저는 동남아시아가 올라올 거라고 예상을 했지만 결국 풀센스가 올라온 것 같아요.
Right, so actually I was expecting an SEA team to come up because there had been a lot of changes in the Korean teams that were playing at LCQ. So I assumed that they weren't going to perform as well. And as for Japan, I expected them to perform actually worse than they did, but they did quite well to make it to the finals. And so, yes, I did expect an SEA team, but I didn't specifically expect full sense.
Thank you.
Ashir Ahmed from the Spike.
My question is from Redgar. Gambit, who managed to win Masters Berlin, but more recently had to encounter defeat from LDN United and Acend in Red Bull home grounds. Do you think this defeat was motivation to practice harder and retain your champion status in this tournament?
I will answer for myself because for me it's always motivations when you're losing. This is the way that's showing you what is your versus like points in your strategies or your individual performance. So it's always proves that you have a way how you can race and show better game the next time. So yeah, you're right. We started to practice much more when we did before that loss.
Thanks.
Mark from Absolute Legends.
My question for Redgar. Your coach said in the last interview that he is not happy with the team preparation and that the team lost motivation after Masters Berlin. Do you agree with him? And if you are not agree with him, explain the team preparation before VALORANT Champions from your side.
It was like he said it in Russian video or which one?
No, which was published in vct.gg.
Oh, I think he wasn't satisfied with our results, like when we were like in the middle of our bootcamp. But after a few things, after our motivation, things with the coach and the manager, we found out the solution how we should, like to raise up our minds, like reset and we started the preparation really good, and I guess we are right now much better when we were on bootcamp, and from each day we are becoming much better.
Спасибо.
Brandon from Run It Back.
Hi, this question is for Stax. The other teams represented on the side of you have had a small sample size of Fracture, but Vision Strikers has not played an official map on Fracture yet. I'm just wondering what you think of the map, how it plays into the map pool, and what kind of plans you guys have, whether to play it, ban it, any preparation for that map specifically.
네, 비전 스트라이커즈 같은 경우에는 신규 맵 프랙처를 공식 대회에서 보여준 적이 아직 없는데요. 본인은 이 맵에 대해서 어떻게 생각하고 혹시 뭐 긍정적으로 평가하고 있는지, 실제로 맵 풀에서 활용을 할 건지 좀 공개를 해주실 수 있을까요?
처음에는 조금 이렇게 거리를 두었지만 점차 하다 보니까 이제 조합도 맞추면서 어떻게 하다 보니까 이제 저희 거의 주맵 정도로 좀 생각을 하고 있고요. 그 정도로 저희는 지금 자신감이 있고 딱히 부정적인 건 없고 어떤 팀이 와도 이긴다는 마인드긴 해요.
So initially, when the map was released, we tried to keep our distance from it. We weren't so sure about it, but after some practice, we're very confident in our performance on Fracture. Actually, I would say go as far as to say that it's one of our strongest maps, and we're confident that we could beat any team on Fracture.
Luis from Dexerto.
Hi, this question is for Redgar. After you won the Masters event in Berlin, you said that you saw your team at 60% of its potential. Would you say that you are closer now to your peak potential? And also, do you think that teams will be better prepared to face you than they were back in Berlin?
I think that right now we're not far away from that percentage. Maybe about we raise it about 2 or 3%. So I guess it will be harder right now because in the previous Berlin, the teams did not expect that we can make that far away and show that kind of performance. But right now they know that we are not like only screen gods, we are official gods too. And we're we're training much better right now. So I think that at the end of the tournament, we become much better.
Thank you.
Kobe Zucker, upcomer.
Hi, question for Zeke. You guys are in Group A, which has been kind of labeled as one of these groups with a lot of star jets. How do you compare the jets in your group between CNET and Ye and Patty Pan and Teed? And between all those guys, who do you think is the strongest?
Can't really say who's the strongest. I mean, we have like CNET, Ye, Heat, they're all, Patifan also, but I think Patifan is like the lowest one from all the four. I cannot rank them because all of them like have their special, I think, quirks. Like everyone is of course a star player, but we don't know like what the rest of the players, like what EA, what Patifan, what Heat brings to the team other than just killing. So I'm just gonna be confident, you know, in our CNET, our Turkish superstar, and let him just run wild in our group and stomp everyone and jet diff everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
Dustin Steiner, esports.gg.
Hi, this one's for Zeke. You guys recently defeated Gambit. Do you think that that victory has helped your confidence coming into Champions? And were you surprised that you were able to take Gambit down?
I'm not gonna say that we are surprised to take them down. We always smash them when it mattered the most. So we are pretty confident going into the match. The victory sure felt nice, and it gave us a boost of confidence, but then losing to Liquid kind of lowered that confidence again. But we learned a lot from all the tournaments we played up to now. From Masters, I think everybody in the team stepped individually, and we are a completely different team that we were at Masters 3.
Cool, thank you.
Adarsh from Sportskita.
Hey, my question is for Edgar. Nats is one of the most exciting players in the tournament. Can you tell us how much he's improved over the course of your bootcamp for the VALORANT Champions?
It's hard to say because we didn't see how to say it on screens. You are not playing like an official game, so I think that we will see that kind of the answer of that question when we are starting to play like our first and second game. So that's all I can say. I can tell you.
Kobe Zucker, upcomer.
Also for Redgar, based on your performance at Masters 3 and the group you guys are in, a lot of people think you guys are pretty much a lock to make playoffs. Does this expectation kind of burden you? Do you feel it as pressure, or does it make you confident that people think you guys are such a lock to get out of that group?
I think that we don't have a pressure because we're the same challengers that we were like in the previous Berlin, because there is no champion right now in this game. And everyone wants that title, and we all fight for that. And I think we can make it.
Thank you.
Our final question is from Elizabeth at The Score.
Hello, me again. Again, my question is again for Stax. A lot of teams, players, and even fans and audience members are really looking forward to you and how you play and who you're going to play. I would love to know who are you looking forward to playing and what are you looking forward to?
네, 많은 팀들과 선수들, 관계자들 그리고 팬들이 비전의 경기를 기대하고 있는데요. 혹시 본인은 어떤 팀이랑 경기를 하는 걸 가장 기대하고 계신가요?
일단은 그냥 경기에서 해보고 싶은 거는 MB랑 하고 싶고, 일단 제 목표는 이제 결승전에서 MB치랑 만나서 이기는 게 목표입니다.
So if I could pick a team that I wanted to play against, I would pick Envy. But if I could pick any game against any team, it would be a finals match against Gambit for revenge.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. And that concludes our second press conference. We will begin the third press conference shortly, but first.